Hello my beautiful bumblebees, welcome back to another YouTube video. This is gonna be a short intro because I'm trying to get more of the story in the video than last time, because I feel like I yapped for like a really long time at the beginning. But I love you guys so much and I hope you guys enjoy the video. Thank you so much for listening. Enjoy. As you slowly wake up, you find yourself in an unfamiliar room, and it takes a few seconds to get your bearings. You notice a faint buzzing sound coming from nearby and realize it's your phone. You search around for the bed, and you find a familiar face sleeping next to you. It's Kenny. He was sprawled under the covers next to you. You feel your face flush and of embarrassment as you realize you must have spent the night with him. You shake your head. You shake Kenny's sleeping body, trying to wake him up. Kenny, wake the hell up! You exclaim urgently. Kenny begins to open his eyes and groan. What the hell are you doing, Ryan? I'm trying to sleep. He grumbles, turning away from you. Kenny, wake the fuck up! You shout at him, desperation creeping into your voice. This time, he listens and sits up in bed. He rubs his eyes and looking at you, squinting. What? Are you okay? He questions your motives for waking him up. You feel your face turn red as you ask him the question that's been nagging at you since you woke up. Kenny, did we do anything last night? You hesitate. You ask hesitantly, wondering if you and Kenny could oh my god. You and Kenny had hooked up while under the influence. Kenny then bursts out into laughter. No, you were tripping balls, Ryan. You were all like, oh, Kenny, I'm cold. Oh, Kenny, come cuddle me. He grins mischievously at you, amused by the situation. You roll your eyes at him. Yeah, right. Finally finding the origin of your phone, you look at it. What the buzzing was about, it was your mom. The notification showed she called you 10 times already. Oh, fuck. Shit. Kenny, I need you to drive me home right now. You say, jumping up from the bed and trying to find your shoes. Why? What's wrong? Kenny asks, not in the loop about what's going on. You explain frantically. I told my mom I was staying at Wendy's house and that I'd be home in the morning. It's fucking 3 p.m. Kenny's face is shocked. He begins getting up as well to help you get home as quickly as possible. The two of you jump into Kenny's old truck. He speeds to your house as you relay directions to him. When you make it to the front door, you quickly thank him before running in. Running up to the door, you slowly open it. Maybe she didn't notice. If I can be just be really quiet, and I can it says basically she shouts your first name. It shouts your full name. You hear your mom as she yells as she sees you opening the door. Shit, not the full name yell. You hang your head. You were caught. Where have you been, young lady? I've been calling you all day. I even called Miss Testaberger to see if you had slept in, and she said that you weren't even there. So where have you been all night? She demands to know, her tone laced with anger. You gulp nervously. You know that the truth would only make things worse. You take a deep breath and try to come up with a convincing lie. Mom, I'm so sorry. I went to a party at a friend's house. Together, you know, like a small get-together. I totally was gonna go home with Wendy, but I fell asleep there. You lie through your teeth. You just weren't supposed to end up sleeping in this much. Your mom narrows her eyes at you. Go upstairs. You're grounded for a week. I don't want to hear anything about it. You go to speak, but decide to hold your tongue and accept it. You slowly make your way up the stairs and into your room, closing the door behind you, and collapse onto your bed with a heavy sigh, as if things weren't bad enough. As you lay there, the weight of your punishment settling in, you can't help but think back to the events of last night. Your memory is fuzzy, as if you're trying to piece together a puzzle with missing pieces. I remember talking to everyone, and then I rejected Clyde's advance, and then I ate a piece of paper, but the memory of Kyle lingers in the back of your mind. You try to recall the conversation you had with him, but they seem to slip through your memories. You let out a frustrated groan, and decide to give it up trying to remember. You decide to text Clyde, hoping he isn't mad at you. Hey, you're not mad at me, right? Nah, it's good. You frown at the text, very convincing. Okay, I'm grounded this week, so I won't be able to hang out. You send another notification, pops up on your phone. You click it and see Kyle's message. Hey, are you good? You try to think about what he was referring to, but to no avail. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember a lot from last night. If I said anything weird, I'm sorry. Oh no, you're fine. You smile. At least Kyle's not mad at you. In Kyle's mind, he was very thankful you didn't remember what happened. Do you maybe want to hang out today? Can't. Got grounded. Actually slept at Tokens till 3. Whoops. That's okay. I'll see you at school on Monday. You frowned. The rest of the weekend was totally ruined, and Clyde was definitely pissed at you, despite what he said. The weekend went by agonizingly slow until it was finally Monday. You go to school like normal, taking the bus, sitting next to Kyle on the way there. He seemed a little awkward with you, but you didn't think much of it. When you arrived at school, you noticed that Clyde wasn't waiting in his usual spot for you. A deep frown appears on your face. Hey, I can walk you to class. Kyle offers, you nod your head, and the two of you walk to AP Calculus together. He looks at you. I'm sorry about you getting grounded. I wish you told me. Would have made sure you got home last night. Kyle tells you. You shrug your shoulders. It's my fault, really. Thank God Kenny was able to drive me home. When lunchtime rolled around, you head to the cafeteria, hoping to find Clyde and talk things out with him. But he's not there. You search for him by his locker, and he's nowhere to be found. Your heart sinks as you realize that he's really avoiding you. You realize Kyle wasn't at lunch either, so you decide to go home early. Kyle was pacing back and forth in the hallway of the school, having a debate in his head. Should I tell her what happened? She totally doesn't remember. No, I can't tell her. It was a mistake. Fuck. Feeling suffocated, Kyle decided to step outside for some fresh air. He made his way to the back of the school, where the goth kids usually hang out. Sitting down on the stairs, he buried his face in his hands, trying to sort out his thoughts. His head perks up when he hears a familiar voice. Clyde. He hears a female voice giggling. He looks around, spotting the two figures in the distance. It was Clyde and Bebe. He had his arms around her waist, and the two of their lips were locked. Kyle wanted to scream out to the two of them, but decided to stay quiet and slowly entering the building again. He couldn't believe what he had just saw. You never mentioned anything about breaking up with Clyde, so he had to have been cheating on you. Anger boiled up inside of him. What the fuck? I won't let him treat her like this. You wake up like normal in your bed, quickly getting ready and heading to the bus stop. You chatted with the boys except for Kyle, who clearly was in a bad mood. You decided not to question it. You had way too much to worry about. You look down at your phone and frown at your message history with Clyde, read 4 days ago. He hadn't texted you since that day you got grounded, and you began to give up hope on him. If he really was really that mad about me rejecting him, I didn't want to talk to him either. When you arrived at school, you realized that Kyle had already disappeared. You wanted to walk to class together like before. You tried to shrug it off, but made your way to class and realized he wasn't there either. Wondering where he could have gone, you shoot him a text and ask him what he was up to. Kyle, I need to take care of something. Okay, super weird and vague. You think to yourself, I wonder if this had something to do with why he was so gloomy this morning. You decide not to pry any further. You sit in your class, glancing at the empty seat next to Kyle that he should be sitting in. I don't even want to be here right now. You think, sighing deeply. You look around and notice that your teacher hasn't shown up yet. Who cares if I skip one class? Without any hesitation, you quickly gather your belongings and briskly leave the classroom. The hallways are pretty much deserted, as most students are already settling down into their first classes. This is kind of fun. You practically skip down the halls, feeling free from your academic constraints. As you continue to walk down the hallway, you hear a familiar voice in the distance. Curious, you decide to investigate and head towards the sound. You see Kyle and Clyde talking to each other. You smile and make your way over to them. Once you get a little closer, you realize their tones. You can't make out their words yet, but their voices were raised and filled with anger. What the hell could they be arguing about? Not wanting to show yourself, you stay back far enough so that they can't see you, but you begin to hear what they were saying. You hear Clyde's voice fill with frustration and anger. Listen, I know her better than you. Clyde snarls at the redhead. Kyle's face contorts into an expression of anger and disbelief. You say you know her, but you don't. Do you know that why she loves hugs? Why she drinks so much at parties? Why she cries a lot? Why she is always trying to be a better person? You feel your face go red, realizing they were arguing about you. Everything he had said was true. You never realized just how much about yourself you had to confided in Kyle. Things that you had never told anyone, including Clyde. Clyde's face registers shock for a moment before he brushes it off. Whatever, Kyle, he spits out. Just stay the fuck away from me and Wyan's business, he shouted before turning away from Kyle. Kyle's face tightens in anger. He shouts Clyde's name, making the other boy turn to his face. In an instant, Kyle's fist strikes Clyde's jaw with a loud smack, causing you to gasp in shock. What the fuck is happening? Clyde stumbles back, holding his jaw in pain. His eyes turn angry and he lunges for Kyle, punching him back. As the fight escalates, you take a step back, unsure of what to do. You hear the sounds of fists connecting and the grunts of pain and anger from both boys. You finally had enough and run up to the two of them, deciding to try to break up the fight. But before you can even make it to them, Clyde's fist connects with Kyle's cheek, causing him to stumble backwards. As you approach, Clyde throws another punch, this one aimed for Kyle's face. You reach out, trying to grab his arm to stop him, but it was too late. The punch connects to your cheek instead. You feel a sneering pain shoot your face. You stumble backwards, falling onto the ground. As you lay there dazed and confused, both boys stop fighting. They look down at you, with horrified looks on their face. For a moment, no one says anything, and then Kyle drops next to you and reaches a hand out to your face. Fuck, Wyan, are you okay? Kyle's voice trembles at the sight of you in pain. Clyde stands there looking at the two of you with a mix of guilt and regret. He opens his mouth to say something, but no words come out. You attempt to stand up, but the ringing pain in your head stops you from doing so. You put your hand on your face, feeling the hot skin from the impact. Finally, you manage to speak. I'm okay. You say, even though you're sure you're not. Even though you're not sure if that's true. I'm okay. Just as you start to pick yourself up from the ground, you hear a sound of hurried footsteps echoing through the hall. A moment later, a middle-aged teacher comes running up to the three of you, looking agitated and concerned. What the hell is going... What? Oh. What on earth is going on here? She demands, taking in the sight of the two boys standing over you, their faces bruised and bloody. You two, she points to Clyde and Kyle. Go to the principal's office right now. I will deal with this student. Kyle reluctantly walks away, although he wanted to stay and comfort you. The teacher gently grabs you and guides you to the nurse's office, where you were given an ice pack for your cheek. You can feel the swelling already, but all you can think about is the fight. After a brief exam, the nurse tells you that you are fine, just shaken up, and that you can go home for the day if you want. You quickly agree, not wanting to be in school any longer. Walking home, you can't help but think about the events of the fight, and over in your head, you can feel the hot tears streaming down your cold face. Why did this even happen? Okay, I'm gonna cut in here. That one was kind of short, and so we're nowhere near 20 minutes, and there's literally only 3 chapters left. So I think I might just finish the book. So this is probably gonna be the last episode of Selfish. Whoopsies. But anyway, let's get back into the story. As you sit in your bedroom, your mind is consumed by the events of the fight that just took place. A memory plays in your head with the thought of the boy is bruised and bloodied. You can feel your heart racing in your chest, tightening as you are suffocating. You try to calm yourself down, taking a deep breath, but thoughts and emotions continue to swirl around you, making it difficult to find any sense or peace and clarity. You know that you need emotional support, so you pick up the phone and begin to text your best friend. Can you come over? I really need someone to talk to. Wendy. Yeah, of course, I'll be right over. You take a deep breath and wait for her arrival. As soon as you hear a knock on your door, you squint down at the stairs and whip the door open. Wendy looks at you softly, her gaze immediately puts you at ease, and you bring her to your bedroom. You collapse into your bed, feeling the exhaustion and stress of the day weighing heavily on you. Wendy looks at you with sympathy, taking in your red puffy eyes and your tear streak tracks still visible on your cheeks. What happened? Is it something with Clyde? She asked gently, clearly unaware of the fight at school. You take a deep breath and begin to explain. You tell her about the night when you rejected Clyde at the party and how he had been acting strange ever since. You explain how you had noticed Kyle was missing from class and went looking for him, only to find him and Clyde in the middle of a heated argument. Recount what you heard, and you tried to intervene, but only to get hurt in the process. As you speak, you feel your emotions bubbling up again, and tears start to flow down your face once more. I don't know what to do, you tell her, your voice cracking with emotion. You feel lost and alone, unsure of how to handle all of this. Wendy pauses for a moment, carefully considering her response. She knows that this is a delicate situation and that she needs to choose her words carefully. I think you need to talk to Kyle, she says finally, her voice gentle and reassuring. I doubt he would do that without a good reason. You nod your head at her. Yeah, I just need to talk to him. Feeling grateful for Wendy's support, you grab her and pull her into a tight embrace. Her arms wrap around you, in a comforting hug, and you feel a sense of warmth and safety wash over you. In the moment, you realize how lucky you are to have someone like Wendy in your life, someone who is always there for you no matter what. The two of you sitting there for a moment, holding each other. You finally pull away from her, a small smile on your face. Do you feel better? Wendy asked you. I feel a lot better. Thank you for listening, Wendy, you tell her. She smiles widely at you. I think I should text Kyle to meet me, you say, your voice a little shaky with nerves. You feel a knot of anxiety form in your stomach as you pull your phone out. Wendy nods her head in agreement and helps you format the text together. You craft a message that is direct and to the point. Kyle, we need to talk. Meet me at the basketball court. You nervously hover over the send button before doing so, anxiously awaiting his text. Okay, I'll be there. You nervously get ready to walk to meet him, saying goodbye to Wendy, and the cold air helps you cool down a bit. But there is still a knot in your stomach as you get closer and closer. You see Kyle in the distance sitting on a bench. As you get closer, you notice his face is bruised and his eyes are downcast. His hands are red from cuts from the fight. he had with Clyde. You take a deep breath and walk over to him. He noticed you and stands up, ready to speak, but you hold your palm up to him. Your voice shakes as you confront him. Kyle, how could you do this? I've been trying to understand, but I just can't, so why? You feel tears welled up in your eyes as you struggle to maintain your composure. Kyle looks at you with sadness in his eyes and begins to explain himself. Fuck, Ryan, I love you. I've loved you ever since we first met. I know that you're with Clyde, but You interrupt him, your voice laced with confusion and anger. What? So you punched Clyde because you love me? The hot flush of anger spreads across your face. No, Ryan, you don't understand. He tries to speak. No, you don't understand. How could you do this to me? Making me choose between my boyfriend and best friend. You're being so fucking selfish. Your voice raises as hot tears stream down your face. You feel hurt and betrayed, not knowing how to deal with the mix of emotions coursing through you. Kyle's sad look turns angry. I'm being selfish? Why don't you go ask Clyde and Baby about being selfish? He shouts back at you, his own tears beginning to flow as he turns his back to you, walking away, leaving you alone with your thoughts and emotions. As you watch Kyle walk away, you feel a mix of emotion, anger, confusion, and hurt all swelled inside you. You didn't expect him to confess his love for you, especially not like that. You think about what he said, ask Clyde and Baby about being selfish. You replay those words over and over, hoping he didn't mean what you think he does. You start putting the pieces together, Baby giving you weird looks, Clyde ignoring you, Kyle is getting in a fight with Clyde. He was cheating on you. Your heart is pounding in your chest as you make your way to Clyde's house, each step fueled with growing anger, your mind racing through your thoughts, betrayal, and deceit as you feel your blood boiling with every passing movement. When you finally reach Clyde's front door, you pound on it with force as you muster as much as you can. You wait impatiently, tapping your foot and clenching your fists. Finally, the door opens and you're face to face with Clyde. He opens his mouth, but you cut him off. Is it true? You demand, your tone blunt and biting. He looks at you with shock and confusion. Is what true? He questions you back. You feel your temper rising. You cut him off sharply. You know, what the fuck am I You know what I'm talking about. You snap. You've been cheating on me with Baby. Your eyes stare into his, searching for any sign of guilt or deception. You wish deep down it wasn't true, but you need the truth. Clyde hesitates for a moment, but the guilt is written all over his face. Yeah, Ryan, I cheated on you with Baby. He admits, his voice barely above a whisper. Is he really feeling sorry for himself right now? Clyde looks at you with remorse in his eyes. I'm so sorry, Ryan. I didn't know what came over me. It was a mistake. I swear I love you. He pleads, but you didn't want to hear it. When he reaches out for you, he reaches out to you, but before you quickly back away. Don't. We're done. You split bit at him, tears falling from your eyes. You quickly turn around and go back home. When you reach your room, you slam your door shut behind you and collapse onto your bed. You begin to sob and bury your face into your pillow, trying to muffle the sound. I need Kyle. Tears stream down your face, your hands trembling as you reach for your phone. Your heart races and with anticipation as you fumble through the messages trying to find Kyle, the messages between you and Kyle. Kyle, you were right. I need you now. You cry more as you think about the harmful things you had told Kyle. I wasn't thinking straight. How could I do that to him? The tears kept pouring as you wait for some kind of response. Time goes by and no response from Kyle. I really fucked up. He probably doesn't even want anything to do with me. You think as we bury your face into your pillow. Suddenly, your bedroom door bursts open and your heart skips a beat. You expect to see your mother, but instead you meet with You're met with Kyle's gaze. A mixture of guilt and happiness explodes inside of you. You try to wipe your tears away. Kyle, I'm so sorry. You were right. Before you could finish, he pulled you into a deep hug. You were shocked by this. After all you said to him, he still showed up. Your shock quickly turned into relief as you realized that he was still willing to comfort you, even after all the pain you caused him. As his arms tighten around you, you feel a sense of peace and security. How could he not hate me? You think as his arms tighten around you, allowing you to cry into his shoulder. As you continue to cry, Kyle rubs your back soothingly, allowing you to release all your pent-up emotions. The sobs shake your body, and you feel like you're losing control, but Kyle is there to hold you steady. After a while, the tears begin to subside, and you are left feeling exhausted, but also relieved. You take a deep breath, feeling like you can finally breathe properly again. You pull away from Kyle, feeling a sense of shame wash over you. You look at him, unsure what to say or do next, but Kyle smiles at you softly, wiping away the leftover tears that are still sitting on your cheeks. His touch is gentle, and his hands linger on your face. You look up to meet his eyes, feeling grateful for his presence in your life. Kyle, you start, your voice shaky. I'm so sorry. I was just too blind to see what was happening. Thank you. Kyle looks at you with sympathy and understanding in his eyes. Ryan, I'm sorry for what I did as well. I just got so angry at the thought of Clyde hurting you, and I lost control, he says, lowering his gaze in shame. And another thing, his voice is trailed off. You lean in closer, trying to hear what he's saying. Your heart begins to race, wondering what he is about to reveal. Remember at the party at Tokens? He asks you, his face turning red with embarrassment. Your mind starts to race as you try to remember the details of that night. You You vaguely recall taking acid, but but the rest of the memories are hazy and confusing. And he drops a bombshell. Well, after Kenny gave you acid, you tried to cheat on Clyde with me. What? As you think back, all those memories come flooding back. You bury your face in your hands. Oh my god. Your voice shakes. I'm no better than him. You try to fight back the tears. Kyle seems to look at you with a lot of guilt. Look of guilt on your face. Ryan, it's not your fault, okay? He says, placing his hand on your shoulder, squeezing it. Look at me. You lift your gaze to meet his. Clyde was already cheating on you when that happened. You were nothing like him. His words comfort you, but you can't help but feel bad. You take a deep breath and try to calm yourself down. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you for being here for me. Kyle smiles at you. I'm always here for you, okay? No matter what. His words are sincere. As the two of you sit in your room, your mind thinks back to the argument on the basketball court. Specifically, his confession to you. You fidget with your hand, trying to find the courage to ask him what you'd been thinking about all this time. Finally, you take a deep breath and turn to him. Kyle, do you really love me? You ask, your voice trembling. He looks at you, surprise written all over his face. You can see a light shade of pink tinted at his cheeks as you realize he might be feeling just as nervous as you are. I do, he says, his voice soft and sincere. I've loved you since I met you. Your heart skips a beat, his words sink in, everything starts to make sense. How did I not see it before? He's always been there for me when I needed him. You look at him and smile. I think I love you too. You tell him, your face going red, the joy that spreads across his face when you told him you loved him, but your mind at ease, and you couldn't help but smile back at him. Kyle places his hand on the side of your cheek, pulling your face directly in front of his. He looks at you deeply, before pulling you in for a kiss. He leaned in to kiss you. You closed your eyes and felt the warmth of his lips on yours. It was a tender, gentle kiss, filled with all the love and affection that had been building up for so long. It was like time stood still as you kissed, lost in the moment and the overwhelming feeling of love that surrounded you. When you finally pulled away, both of you were breathless and beaming with happiness. Kyle looked at you. "YN, I need to ask you something." He says, he grabs your hands to hold. You nod, your heart beating fast with anticipation. "Will you be my girlfriend?" he asked, looking into your eyes. Your heart swelled with joy, and you didn't even hesitate before replying. "Yes, Kyle, of course I will." He pulls you into a hug. "I love you so much, YN. I love you too, Kyle." Okay, so this is going to be the part of the video where I tell you if you do not want to listen to the NSFW chapter, because I'm pretty sure that's all that's left. Let me look really quick. There's an ad. Hello? Come on. Thank you. Yeah, so the last chapter is an NSFW chapter. So if you do not want to listen to an NSFW chapter, stop now and skedaddle. If you do, twins. But anyway, I'm gonna read that now. So yeah, enjoy, little freaks. You and Kyle were celebrating your 1-month anniversary together. Kyle had planned a date for the two of you by taking you out to your favorite restaurant. As the time for the date approached, you were filled with a mix of nervousness and excitement. You tried a few different outfits, wanting to look your best for Kyle. Eventually, you settled on a gorgeous yellow dress that you had been saving for a special occasion, paired with your favorite accessories. As time went on, you found yourself waiting anxiously for Kyle to arrive. You couldn't wait to see him and spend the evening together. Every minute passing felt like an eternity, but finally you heard a knock at the door. Your heart raced with anticipation. You opened the door and saw Kyle standing there in front of you with a bouquet of your favorite flowers. He looked incredibly handsome in his suit and tie, and your heart skipped a beat as you took in his charming smile. "Happy anniversary, YN." He smiled and handed you the bouquet. You felt a blush on your face and thanked him. You both got into his car and made your way to the restaurant. He had reserved a table for you and him. Over the dinner, the two of you talked about your relationship together and what you were both wanting to go, where you both wanted it to go next. Kyle's face lit up with a shy smile as he spoke the words, "Oh, I got you something." He reached into his pocket and pulled out a small black velvet box, and handed it to you. You felt surprised. You didn't expect Kyle to get you anything. You slowly opened it and, not knowing what to expect, and gasped in amazement when you saw a beautifully crafted bracelet inside. It was stunning. A piece of jewelry with both of your names delicately engraved on a silver band. You admired the beautiful detail of the bracelet, feeling touched by Kyle's thoughtful gift. You look at him. "I love it so much. Thank you, Kyle." As the night went on, the two of you made it back to your house. Before entering your house, you hugged him tightly, not wanting the night to end. Maybe it doesn't have to. As you pull away from the embrace, you look into his eyes and muster up the courage to ask him a question that had been lingering in your mind. "Kyle, do you maybe want to stay the night?" you ask, your voice meek. Kyle looked at you with a hint of surprise. His eyes widened with nervousness. "Won't your parents be upset?" he asked, his voice laced with concern. You couldn't help but giggle at his adorable reaction. "They're away right now," you reassure him, "so it would just be you and me." He took your hand in his fingers intertwining with yours. I would love that, he said, feeling a surge of excitement. Together you both entered the house, feeling a sense of... I don't know what that means. But feeling a sense of love in the air. As you made your way to your bedroom, you kept giggling from all the nerves. I don't have anything to wear, and I'm definitely not sleeping in my tux, he laughed. You shyly smile at him. Well, then take it off. No one's stopping you. You giggle at his red face. As Kyle took his shirt off, you slipped into something more comfortable. It was just your usual nightwear, a tank top and some shorts. As you climbed into bed, you patted the space next to you, motioning for Kyle to come join you. He climbed into bed and you both nestled under the covers, feeling the warmth of each other's body. Kyle wrapped his arms around you, pulling you close, spooning you. You could feel the steady rhythm of his breathing as he nuzzles his face into the back of your neck, sending shivers down your spine. Okay, guys. NSFW starts now, apparently. That's what it says. So, guys, listen with caution. Okay, I'm gonna shut up and read. A mischievous grin appeared on... Oh shit, sorry. I started reading a little ahead. A mischievous grin appeared on your face as you pushed yourself into his hips and wiggled around. You giggled at his small gasp, and he didn't stop you. But he didn't stop you. As you continued, Kyle rubbed his hands up and down your thigh, feeling all your exposed skin against his hand. You could feel his bulge growing and his breathing deepening. Do you really want this? Oh fuck, I read it wrong. Do you really want to do this? Kyle whispered into your ear, wanting to make sure you were comfortable. That was rude. Close the door any freaking louder. You flip around so you were face to face. I'm ready, Kyle, you told him, feeling your face heat up. He smiled excitedly, which made you giggle. You moved closer to his face, feeling his breath on your lips. It was as though electricity was flowing between the two of your lips in anticipation. Not being able to wait any longer, Kyle pulled your face in and planted his lips onto yours. The kiss was different than the other ones. It was hungry and more rough. You shared the taste of each other's mouths as both your tongues danced around with each other's. Your breath was quickened from excitement as you were feeling your bodies were getting close and hot, and you swore you could hear your own heartbeat. You broke away from the kiss while panting, wanting to try something different now. You had Kyle lay on his back as you brought yourself in front of his hips. You could see how red Kyle's face was as you played with the hem of his boxers. Oh my god. I hate that I'm reading this right now. Feeling more confident, you pulled him down to reveal his erection. You inspect it carefully before licking the tip of it. That made Kyle whimper out, so you did it again, teasing him a bit. Finally, you wrapped your lips around it, putting his length as far down your throat as you could. He threw his head back. Fuck, again. He breathed out, trying to hide his blushed face. You loved the fact you were making him feel so much pleasure, so you decided to start moving your head up and down. You feel the warmth in your mouth. Kyle's hand entangles in your hair, guiding you at the perfect speed. The moans and whimpers from Kyle as you had become more desperate as he felt himself getting close to finishing. You pulled your head off. I don't want to finish yet. It's your turn now, he told you, sitting up. He gently took your tank top off, revealing your bare chest. He then moved to your lower part, taking your shorts and underwear off, leaving you completely exposed. Kyle laid you down and spread your legs, allowing him to take in the sight of your nakedness. He looked at your opening, unsure exactly what to do. You giggled and took his hand. Wetting two of his fingers in your mouth, then glided his hand onto your clit, moving it in a rhythmic circle before taking your hand away, allowing him to continue himself. You could feel your wetness growing as he continued to rub. You tried to suppress your moans, but with no luck. God smiled a bit, his lips watching your lewd face turn him on even more. While his hands continued to rub your clit, he pressed 2 fingers at your entrance, teasing you. He looked into your eyes before his fingers plunging inside of you, making you gasp out to him. He continued the 2 actions, sending his fingers in and out of you. You look so beautiful right now, Kyle said, not stopping. You blushed widely, still breathless, moaning from his penetration. You were yearning for more of him. Kyle, I want you inside me, you told him between your moans. Kyle took no time to remove his fingers and licked them clean, which made you even more wet than before. He positioned himself on top of you, guiding his tip into your entrance. He kissed you again. You could taste yourself on his tongue. Are you ready? Kyle asked as he continued to position himself. Yes, please, fuck me, you said, feeling bold. Kyle's face lit up. He slowly began to enter you. The 2 of you moaned out in pleasure. Holy fucking shit, can I read? Pleasure. Shit, Wyan, you're so tight, Kyle said, pushing himself deeper inside you. You were a blushing, moaning mess as Kyle began to slowly dishevel you. Delve into you. Yes, fuck, that feels so good. You managed to breathe out. Kyle's hands were now placed on your hips as we began to thrust quicker into you. You felt a knot in your stomach forming, like your insides were going to explode from pleasure. You feel so good, Kyle praised you while keeping his pace. Your mind was filled with emotions and pleasure as you could feel that you were close to finishing. Kyle continued to thrust himself in and out of you. Kyle's thrusts became harder and sloppier, feeling his end coming close as well. Fuck, He couldn't finish his sentence before he finished himself inside of you, his legs shaking from his gratification. You both finished, and Kyle flopped next to you, looking into your eyes. I love you so much, Wyan, he said, brushing the hair out of your face. You looked at him, still trying to catch your breath. I love you too, Kyle. Guys, that's it! That's so sad. That was it. We finished the book. Selfish is officially over. 43 minutes! What the fuck? I could have made 2 fucking episodes out of this, but, well, we're here now, so. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed Selfish, because I know I did. That last chapter was low-key really hard to read without, like, stuttering or, like, cringing, because it's really embarrassing reading that out loud. But it's fine. It's fine. It's done. And it's honestly kind of sad that it's done, because I really liked this series and it was really good. But that means we are done with Selfish, and we're going to start a new series. So, let me know in the comments whether you want another Kyle series or to start another, like, Kenny, or do a Stan or a Cartman, or literally any character, or if you even want any other like character from any other fandom, I will gladly do anything else. I don't really care. I just like reading. And I want to make sure you guys get content you want. But anyway, I'm gonna stop yapping so that we can finish this video, because it's gonna be like a 45-minute video. But I love you guys so much. I hope you guys have drinking and eaten something today, drinking water and eaten something today. Make sure you take the meds. That if you need to take meds, take them. Don't forget. Don't be like me and forget to take your meds, because it will end up bad, because you might get side effects, and we don't want that. Hot girls take their meds and drink water. So do hot guys. Hot girls, guys, and thems drink water and take their meds on time. So make sure you guys do that. I hope you guys really enjoyed, and again, please like, comment, and subscribe, because when we hit 1,000 subscribers, you will get a full book. No matter how long it takes, you will get a full book. Be it an hour, 2-hour video, does not matter. I will read an entire book for you. So, I love you guys so much. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Bye-bye.